Complex sentence. Complex sentence, it is one independent clause and one dependent clause or dependent phrase. So in the complex sentence, at least you need to see one independent clause and the other clause should be dependent clause or dependent phrase, the second part. Like here, Sarah helped me. This is an independent clause. When I was sick, this is a dependent clause. Dependent clause and independent clause, they form a complex sentence. Or walking in the street, this is dependent phrase or participial phrase at the beginning followed by comma. I saw a boy stealing an old man. This is an independent clause. So independent clause plus dependent phrase, they form a complex sentence. What is the difference between dependent clause and dependent phrase? Dependent clause, a group of words starting with a conjunction or a relative pronoun and having a verb. But dependent phrase, a group of words without a verb. Types of dependent clauses in a complex sentence. The main title is dependent clause, but we have different types of dependent clauses. It could be noun clause that works as the subject or an object, the subject of the verb or the object of the verb or the object of a preposition. Like the example here, whoever come to my birthday party will be welcomed. Whoever, this is a pronoun, come is the verb. All of these parts works as a noun clause, and the function of noun clause in the sentence is the subject of the sentence. So the dependent clause is a part of the independent clause. Whoever come to my birthday party will be welcomed. The dependent clause could be adjectival clause or relative clause that works as an adjective. Like Omar, who had an accident yesterday, got the highest score. The words written in black, starting with who, relative pronouns, so all of these words are called relative clause that works as an adjective to describe Omar or a modifier. If modifier or adjective clause or phrase or extra information or non-essential words comes in the middle between the subject and its verb, we can draw two commas, two dashes or two brackets, or use nothing depending on the importance of this information. If the information is not important, we can draw two commas, two dashes, two brackets, not only one, because this is one of the act mistakes, errors. If you use one comma, this is wrong. We should use two commas, two dashes or two brackets. But if the information is very important for the sentence, there is no need to draw any types of punctuation. The dependent clause could be adverbial clause that works as an adverb to describe a verb. Like Sarah helped me. When this action happened, when I was sick. When I was sick, this is adverbial clause to describe the action, help. So this is a complex sentence. So dependent clause in the complex sentence could be noun clause, adjectival clause or relative clause, adverbial clause. Types of phrases in a complex sentence. Types of phrases. It could be a prepositional phrase. It starts with a preposition like with the taking nothing with me, I went to school. And this prepositional phrase describes the subject of the independent clause. Or it could be a positive phrase or a noun phrase. Like Farida, a student from grade 10, came to help me. The extra information here, the adjective, we use a noun to describe another noun. Farida, a student. A student, it's a noun. A student from grade 10 to describe Farida, a noun. So this is called a positive phrase. Or it could be participial phrase. Participial phrase is starting with a verb with ing or a verb in past participle, but it does not work as a verb anymore. It works as an adjective. So laughing all the time It starts with a verb with ing, but it works as an adjective. So all of these adjectival phrase or modifier or participial phrase to describe what? To describe the subject of the independent clause. And the participial phrase could come at the beginning, could come in the middle, like this example, Ahmed, laughing all the time, was punished. Or Ahmed was punished, laughing all the time. This is different ways, different places, different position of participial phrases. Please put in your mind that about the modifiers, we have two main errors. Dangling modifier and misplaced modifiers, like the following sentence, barking the whole night. I told you that this is participial phrase to describe the subject of the independent clause. The subject of the independent clause, I took my sick dog to the vet. So it means that I, the subject, I was the one who was barking the whole night, and it's not acceptable. Who was barking? The dog. So the adjective phrase, it's not matching with the subject. So this is called dangling modifier. How can I correct this sentence? It should be that barking the whole night, my dog was taken to the vet. Now the sentence is acceptable because barking the whole night, the participial phrase or the adjective phrase or the modifier describing the dog. Or we have another error, it's called misplaced modifier. Like the old woman sat on a deck with glasses in the bus station. If you read the sentence well, we will find with glasses, it's a prepositional phrase. And as we have learned before, prepositional phrase could be adverbial phrase or adjectival phrase depending on the word modify. If I'm describing, I'm modifying a noun, so the prepositional phrase works as an adjectival phrase. If the prepositional phrase describes a verb, so it means that the prepositional phrase works as an adverbial phrase. So here with glasses to describe the deck, it's wrong. It describes the woman. So this is called wrong place of a modifier. Wrong place of an adjective. This is called misplaced modifiers. The correction, the old man with glasses sat on a deck in the bus station.